Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today I'm going to be discussing some GameStop reviews, some of the best of the worst GameStop reviews I could find. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know. I'll make more of these in the future because I found it a ton of fun. I'd love to read Walmart reviews with Eric or Steven and movie theater reviews with Adam or something like that. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. And before I go any further, please leave a like, subscribe for more content, and let's just get right into it. So we're gonna start off with a pretty long one. And a lot of these, they just feel like the gibberish ramblings of a madman. And I love it. I truly love it. Let's dive in. Walked in looking for a game. Since it's a used goods place, I thought I could get a game for $10. The store was empty and the sales girl was rude. As soon as I walked in the door, she wouldn't even help me find what I wanted, as I'm not sure of which system I had. After explaining, she was, "Oh, it's an old system, go to Bookman's." If she would have had better customer service, I would have bought a lot. Bookman's have more and cheaper prices and better customer service. Good Lord, that was really difficult to read. I swear to God, I can read, but the grammar is just so bad. The thing is, it's not like you have to quickly submit this thing. You have time. You can just edit it and make it look like a cohesive thought. But instead, it's just this stream of consciousness from somebody who doesn't know how to spell the word witch correctly. Now, the funny thing is he calls her, I'm just going to say it's a he calls her rude, but she actually helps him in this. She straight up says, "Oh, well, we don't have that. Bookman's has that, though, and I'm sure they can help you." I doubt this person was rude at all. This guy is just a nut job who thinks, "Oh, they don't have what I want, therefore I'm mad at them." You really see that a lot when you get bad customer reviews. Like, good Lord. 1 star, by the way. 9 reviews. I really should have looked at his other 9 reviews. I did look at somebody else's review. I'm sure we'll get to that person soon. They give you nickels and dimes for games you just paid dollars for. But it's a good place to buy games for cheap. This is really funny because it's a guy who finds that the games they sell are cheap, but he doesn't get a whole lot in store credit for the games he's trading in. I mean, the games you're buying are cheap. I mean, obviously you're buying cheap games. You're trying to resell the same cheap games. There's a reason those games are cheap. It's because they have a large stock of them. I didn't think I'd be defending GameStop this much, but this is just ridiculous. And why do you put a smiley face and give it 2 stars? And what's another thing that I've noticed on a lot of these reviewers is that they're considered a local guide. What does that even mean? You don't have to have any competence to be a local guide. It's so funny. And this guy has 18 other reviews. But yeah, I mean, he's complaining about the trade-in when obviously if you're buying cheap games and you try to trade them back in, you're not going to get anything. They're already selling the games for cheap. Okay. First of all, this guy's name is Ricky Hardcore. And the reviews where the account only has 1 review make me laugh so hard because this person went in and created this account, or at least logged into an account, just to leave this 1 review and then never did again. This is a 2-year-old review. The ass store leader, Mr. Dicknose, I almost gave him a PhD for a second. Mr. Dicknose number 2 was rude and tried to lowball and offer a bogus amount. Never shopping here again. Fire the cheese ball. I love all of the different things he calls them. It's so great. I love how he uses the word bogus, by the way, and calls him a cheese ball. What is happening here? And his name is Ricky Hardcore. Is he just from the 90s? Is that what's going on here? Also, it's such a common thing when I worked at GameStop for people to think that we're just making up these numbers off the top of our head. The people working there are not wheeling and dealing with you. They're not trying to screw you over. They're reading off of the computer and what it tells them. I love when people get upset about this because it's like, what are they gonna do? What are these employees gonna do? It's not a pawn shop. Good lord. All right. Junior, staff tried to sell me high on a remote charger while there was a cheaper one at checkout, I found. They weren't too happen on that, but I was. This guy has 50 reviews and is a local guide again. And good lord, he turned 2 instead of just putting TOO, like, and then happen instead of happy. I don't understand it. And it's so funny. It's like he thinks these people care when really you're buying a charger. They probably just didn't see it. It's this mentality that a lot of these people have. And you know what? The retail people have it too. It's us versus them. You're on your own team and you're against everybody else. You start feeling that. You really do. That's why I feel like a lot of these retail people, they fall in these traps and they start becoming immoral and they start doing unethical things to get their numbers up because they don't start seeing the customer as people anymore. Maybe that's what happened in this scenario, but I feel like there's this same thing with customer versus employee. They always feel like the employee is trying to screw them over. We've already seen so many examples of them going, well, gave me a bogus offer. They didn't want to help me, and they told me to go to Bookman's, even though literally that's what they could have done. I mean, the review was put back way back before they were selling retro stuff. So it doesn't make any sense to me that this mentality becomes a thing. And I feel like they're kind of feeding each other. They've had a bad experience with an employee in the past, and that bad employee may have had bad customers, and that's how he became a bad employee. And it's just this vicious cycle that just happens over and over and over. Now this one I picked out because it just seems so, I don't know, like she's just putting down people who play video games. Liz gives this store a 3 out of 5. Great place for all you gamers. Now, you gave it a 3 out of 5. That's not a good score, and you didn't give a reason. And it sounds like this just condescending thing. Great place for all you gamers, but not me. 3 out of 5. It's just another one of those, like, pretty absurd reviews that I had to include. Super upset if you plan on buying anything video game related. Do not go to GameStop. I bought a brand new PS4 and a copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2. You already made a mistake. It came out to $440. Good lord. I guess that was back when the PS4 was still really expensive. Oh yeah, 2 years ago. I took it back 3 days later because I wasn't really happy with it. No duh. They wouldn't refund me. Again, no duh. And they wanted to give me $197 for everything. I got 3 days ago. Do not go to GameStop. You can't return a new item anywhere. You cannot open a new game and then try to return it at Best Buy, Target, Walmart. You also can't open a system and return it. You just can't. And it's just a store policy everywhere. I feel like I've had to deal with so many people like that when I worked there. It's so baffling to me because it's on the receipt. It's on the back. It says no new merchandise can be returned. Systems and games cannot be returned. Just can't do it, you know? Yeah, it's just another one of those people that, again, feels like they're being cheated by a store. And I'm guessing the employees just didn't say, hey, you can't return this, but I guess most of the time you just kind of figure, oh, well, they obviously know you can't do this anywhere. But nope, they always come back to blame whatever store they bought it from. This happened to me at Walmart. This happened to me at GameStop. And I'm sure it happened at Target and Best Buy when Eric worked there. Here we go with Dan. Very rude associates simply walked in, wanted to buy a $400 PlayStation 4 Pro, All I wanted to do was check out the condition of the box before purchasing to ensure it wasn't damaged. When they realized they would have to go get it out of storage, they got lazy and made a lame excuse that it was company policy not to show the box before I gave them money. We'll take all that money to a less sketchy business. Plenty of retailers sell PlayStations. This really isn't defensible for GameStop. Like, why in the world would you not show them the box? Who cares? Show them the box. This really does sound like lazy employees. This is like the one review I found. It's like, yeah, what the hell? I don't really get why they needed to see the box. Honestly, like, they're not going to be selling a bashed up PlayStation 4 Pro. That's the one weird thing about the review, but the main thing was, it's like, why wouldn't the associates just get them the PlayStation 4? Now, he says all this money, but to be fair, I mean, GameStop doesn't make anything on these new systems. I'm sure they want to sell them, but they don't really make anything. But I mean, it's just, I wish I could see what actually happened in this situation, because I don't get why a employee would say that, because that's definitely not the store policy. I can tell you that right now. This is from Abu Adam the Libyan. Okay. Very dirty place. Take advantage of pregnant women. Stay away from here. They will rip you off. I like how they specifically try to rip off pregnant women. Like, why would GameStop do that of all places? It doesn't make any sense to me. Would you like to get a gameplay guarantee? That baby right there might scratch it up when it comes out. Like, what is happening? What in the world? Like, how could they be taking advantage of pregnant women? Did they mean to leave the review here? I mean, the rip-off part, I mean, that's par for the course for GameStop, but pregnant women, I don't understand the connection at all. This is, again, another situation where I really want to see the interaction that happened, because it just doesn't make sense. All right, here's one from Steven. Have some respect for people waiting in line. It's great that you're willing to spend extra time with customers, but do it when the store isn't crowded. If there are 5 people waiting in line for 2 cashiers, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't spend 3 to 5 minutes convincing a mom and her 12-year-old son that they need some $4 add-on or a poster. You just lost a $60 sale because you needed to sell someone a $1 used Xbox 360 game. Please, management, train your cashiers to have a general awareness of people waiting in line and adjust their sales tactics accordingly. Fair enough. I mean, this is 4 years ago. Good Lord. But fair enough. Honestly, that's a huge issue with GameStop. And I've even discussed it in one of my first Tales from Retail videos where I call it GameStop is Garbage. I think that was the first episode of this. And it's so true. They are so understaffed. And because they are forced to upsell the hell out of everything, the line barely moves. And there's only 2 people there, so they can only do so much when they're trying to upsell everything in the world. That's what happens. People get pissed and leave. I've almost done it many times. What I find funny, though, I mean, 3 to 5 minutes isn't really that long. So that part of the complaint was pretty funny. That's like 3 to 5 minutes. I mean, that's kind of long for a transaction, I guess. But I feel like if you're trying to emphasize the point that it's a long time, say like 10 minutes or something like that. I know I'm being a little nitpicky, but he decided to put in exact amount of minutes and dollar amounts. So he's going to be super specific. I am too. But he does have a point. This I saved the best for last. I didn't even mean to, but I did. And it's hilarious. And I love this. It's so good. It doesn't make any sense, but here you are. I bought a $40 box of 8 packs of Crimson Invasion and only got 1 GX. I know you weigh the packs and put them in there, so you rip me off. And I got a Zamarark GX box with 5 packs and got 3 GXs. So this GameStop, I got better GXs on Amazon. I'm sick, and GameStop made my day worse. I don't know what 90% of those things are. I don't know what a GX is. But I love that last remark where he's like, I'm sick and you made my day worse. Oh my god. And I love that his little profile picture. So his name is Cade the Game Boy. And he made in like MS Paint Cade the Game Boy. And he like wrote it in with like the brush tool. So good. So good. There you go. There's some reviews on GameStop. And I just thought a lot of these were hilarious. Thought I would share them with you. And if you guys enjoy it, please let me know in the comments, because I can definitely do more of these. There are plenty of GameStops out there. Some that are even busier that I could look at. These are just my local ones that I thought were funny. And yeah, I would love to see more of these personally, because I thought it was a lot of fun. Also, so you know that guy, I forgot to mention this part, the whole Cade guy talking about his new system he got all pissed off about. I was really curious to see what other reviews he's done. And his other review is for Domino's Pizza. 1 star. And this is the reason. I asked for my pizza to be cut into a pentagram, but they didn't do it. Of course they're not going to do that. I like how they gave him 1 star for doing something that is not in their job description. It's not like Domino's Pizza is like advertising, Hail Satan, we cut our pizzas into pentagrams, and this is the one time they didn't do it. 1 star. No, they don't do that. That doesn't make any sense. So I forgot to share that earlier. Shared it now. We're good. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys. Today I'm drinking Delbach American Single Malt Whiskey. And this is the Distiller's Cut at cask strength. And it's 58% alcohol. 116.3 proof. So it's 58.15% alcohol. It is delicious. And it's pretty amazing because it's done in a different way than normal single malts. Because single malt is what Scotch is. I know most people don't care. That's why this is at the end. If you don't care, thanks for watching. People always complain that I don't finish the alcohol. There you go, I finished it. Unlike Scottish whiskeys that are done in Islay, because not all Scottish whiskeys are smoky, but this is like an Islay Scotch, but instead of smoking the barley with peat, they're smoking it with mesquite, because that is what goes on here in Tucson. We have lots of mesquite trees, and there's lots of mesquite barbecue. So when you drink this, you get that mesquite smoke flavor with like this caramel aftertaste, and it's just delicious. It's so good. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that new idea. I've had a lot of people request this sort of thing. People have been wanting me to do reviews on different stores, and I thought it was pretty fun. I hope people enjoyed it. Hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I'd really love to do one of these again. I'd love to get Eric involved, because I'm sure he'll have some great commentary as well. And it's just like infinite possibilities with this sort of thing. So let me know what you think.